Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is the HTML, we can say the website designing, but the new concept, that is the new topic, that is the HTML tutorial that we have studied in the last class, or we have started in the last class. So I am going to continue with the same HTML tutorial and the new tags, that is the new more tag that is available in the HTML. So in the last class we have discussed some tags that is available in the HTML. I'm going to continue with these tags, that is what are the other tags that is available with the HTML that is used within the HTML. So let's start with the previous class session, that is what we have covered in the last class. In the last class basically we have started with the HTML tutorial, that is what is the HTML tutorial, how to use the HTML tutorial, what are the various, we can say, the tags attribute that is available in the HTML tutorials. So we have started with the table of content, that is what is the table of content in which the HTML tutorial is available. Like first is HTML overview, then the basic HTML introduction, that is the basic HTML document, then HTML tags, then HTML document structure, that is what is the structure of the HTML, then doc type declaration. So these are the various index that we have studied, that we are going to study in this chapter. These are the various attributes, these are the various tags, various formatting element, these are available in this one. That HTML phrase type or phrase tag, that is used with the emphasis tag, mark tag, strong tag, that is used within the HTML. Right, and there are also meta tags that is also used within the document for the keyword, for the description, for the revision of the data. Now, then we have also talked about these are the various indexes that is used in the HTML. Then we have started with the chapter number 1, that is the HTML overview, that is what is HTML, what are the various concepts that is used in the HTML. So we have finished with chapter number 1, and we have also started chapter number 2 in the last class, that is the HTML basics tags, but not more than 2 or 3 tags. So let's start with the previous, that is what we have covered. First is the chapter number 1, that is the HTML overview. So HTML is basically the hypertext markup language. That is a language that is used for the rules and regulation, or that contains some rules and regulation for the navigation. That is a hypertext markup language. That is the most widely used language to write the web pages. So if I want to write any web page, that is done by the hypertext markup language, that is the HTML, that is the most widely used language to write the web pages. That is chapter number 1. So these are the various concepts, these are the 2 points that is used with the HTML, that is the basic concepts of the HTML. So HTML refers to the way in which the HTML documents are linked together, and these links are available on the web page, that is known as the hypertext. So that means a language that contains some rules and regulation that is used for the navigation, that is known as the HTML, and there is a concept that is a hypertext that is used to, we can say, relate, or that is a text that is used for the hyperlinking, that is used for the linking, that is known as the hypertext. Second point says, as the name suggests, HTML is a markup language, which means you simply use HTML to simply mark up a text document with the text that tells a web browser how to structure it to display. That is, what are the structure element, what are the content that is used for the content of the HTML, that is a markup language that is used for the output display. Used for the markup language. I'm so sorry. That means a markup, that means a tag that is used for the web browser, that is used for the web display, that is a markup that has some rules and regulations that we follow for the syntax of the HTML, for the rules and regulation that is available in the HTML, that is HTML overview. And HTML was developed with the intent of defining the structure of the document that is available within the HTML, that contains various tags like paragraph tag, list tag, to facilitate the sharing of the scientific information between the researchers. So whatever the researchers wants, that is used with the researches, or that is used with the program, that is used with the paragraph, that is used with the list, and so forth, to facilitate the sharing of the scientific information between the researchers. That is, whatever the scientific information, whatever the resources that is available, that is used with the HTML. And now HTML is being widely used to form at the web pages with the help of different tags available in the HTML. So these are the various theory that we have discussed in the last class. That is, what are the HTML tag that is used to make the difference, or that is used to create the web pages with the help of the different tags that is available in the HTML. and this is a basic HTML document that is available. This is an example of a basic HTML document. This is a doc type. So first of all, there is a document type, that is the document type is the HTML. Then there will be starting of the HTML, then there will be a head, then title, then this is a document title, then the title will be closed, head will be closed, and then body will be started, and then the in a body there will be h1. So this is one of the example, that is a basic HTML document. This contains the HTML head, title, head close, body open, body close, HTML close. So these are the basic 4 tags that is used within the HTML. One is the head, one is the title, one is the body, one is the HTML. Let's say it is an HTML file, that is a test.html, using your favorite text editor, and finally open with the web browser like Internet Explorer or the Google Chrome or the Firefox. So whatever the browser that you want, that is open with the HTML, that is any test document that is used within the HTML, that is a test.html, using your favorite text editors. It must show the following output. This is the output that is used with the HTML. This is the heading, that is the h1. Then document goes here. So this is the body content that is right within the paragraph, that the document content goes here. This is we have studied in the last class, and then we have also studied about the HTML tags. So these are the various tags that is used in this example that is used. One is the doc type, that defines the document type and the HTML version, that is what is the type of the document that is used. Then there will be HTML, then head, then title, then body, then h1 and the p. So these are the few tags that is used within the HTML, or these are known as HTML tags. And to learn HTML, you need to study various tags and understand how they behave while formatting a textual document, that is how they behave while using the HTML document, that is how they work within the HTML document. And learning HTML is simple, as users have to learn the usage of different tags in order to format the text or images to make the beautiful web page. That is, the HTML is basically used to make the or to understand the web pages that is used while roaming or while formatting a textual document, or while formatting a textual data that is used within the HTML. So W3 school also recommend to use the lowercase tags starting from the HTML4. So in the earliest version, it is not mandatory to use the lowercase letters, but now it is also not mandatory to use the lowercase letter. But the W3 school, that is a W3 consortium, that is a World Wide Web consortium, recommends to use the lowercase tag starting from the HTML4. And this is the document HTML document structure that is used, that have a flowing structure. So there will be HTML, then there will be head, then document header related tag, then the head will be closed, then the body will be open, body will be closed, and there will be closing of the HTML. And we will study all the head and the body tags in the subsequent chapter. For now, let's see the document declaration tags. So first is the doc type declaration, that is the document type declaration, that is the document type that tells the browser to understand the various version to use the HTML that is used in the document. That means that displays the document type. What is the type of the document that is used within the HTML? That is HTML type that is used within the HTML, that is used for the HTML concept, that is used for the HTML role. So there is a document type.html, and there are many other declaration type that can be used in the HTML document. That depends on what version or the HTML is being used. Right? What version is used for the HTML data, and we will see more details on this website on this while discussing the document type tag along with the other HTML tags. That is, what is the document type that is used within the HTML. That is the doc type declaration. Then we have also talked about the chapter number 2, started with chapter number 2 in the last class, some basics of the HTML, that is the HTML basics tags. So first of all, what is a tag? So a tag is a document, or we can say the attribute, or we can say the data or the element that is defined within the HTML to express the magnitude, to express the data that is used within the HTML. So that is the HTML basic tags or HTML tags. So first is the heading tag. So any document starts with the heading. So whatever the requirement of any Word document that starts with the heading, always. So a document or any document starts with the heading, and you can use the different sizes for your different headings. And HTML also have a 6 level of heading. That means that start with the H1 and ends with the H6. So there are 6 levels of heading that is used. That is the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and the H6. And while displaying any heading, browser adds one line before and after the heading. So this is one of the main thing. So while displaying the heading, automatically the browser adds the one line, we can say the empty one line before the text and after the text. So there will be a blank line that shows between the text, we can say the before the line and the after the line. This is one of the example. This is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and the H6. And this will produce the following result. These are the various 6 levels of heading that is used. That is the that starts from the H1 ends with the H6. Now next is the paragraph tag. So we have done with the heading tag that shows the various headings, various 6 levels of heading that is used within the HTML. Now next is the paragraph tag that offers a way to structure your text into different paragraphs. So I want to write something in the paragraph that is defined by the P tag. That is defined by the paragraph tag. And each paragraph or the text should go in between an opening and the closing P. So there should be an opening P, there should be a closing P within the paragraph as shown below in the example. This is the example that is given for showing the paragraph tags. There will be a doc type, HTML, then title, then head, then body, then P. Here is the first paragraph of text. Then P, here is the second paragraph of text. Then P, here is the third paragraph of text. That means one P is used, one P is closed, one P is used, one P is closed, one P is used, one P is closed. Then there will be a closing of the body and there will be closing of the HTML. So these are the, we can say this is a paragraph tag example, that is how to use the paragraph tag. And this will produce the following result. This is the result of the, or we can say the output of this program. The next is the line break tag. That is how to use the line break tag. That is how to break the line or how to move the cursor from the one line to the next line. That is a line break tag. So whenever you use the BR element, anything that's following it start from the next line. That is anything that is followed that start from the next line, that is done by the BR tag. So next is the line break tag that is used to move the cursor to the next line. So whenever I insert the BR tag, that means automatically takes a line break. Suppose I want to insert or I want to make a gap between the two lines. We can say that between two lines means between two words, that is the whenever and the you. So I make a gap by using the BR tag. That is done. For example, over here I can use the BR tag, that is whenever, then there will be a line break, then there will be you, and use the text that is used within the HTML, that is a line break tag. So this is the line break tag that is used. So this is the example of the line break tag. This is the line break example, that is the title. Then there will be a head, then there will be a body, then P, hello, then you delivered your assignment on the time, then thanks, then manners, then body and the HTML. So this is the document type.html that is used. That is the doc type, that is the document type.html. Then there will be a head, then HTML, head, title, line break example. Then there will be head close, body close or body open, then P, then BR, then again one line, then BR, then again thanks, then BR, then again word, then P will be closed and the body will be closed, HTML will be closed. So these are this is the one of the example of the BR tag. This is printed in the 4 lines. That is the following result. That is the hello, you delivered your assignment outcome, then thanks, then manners. Then next is the centering the content. That is how to center the content. So you can use the center tag. So we can use the center tag to make the content in the center of the page or any table cell. Suppose I have created one table in the HTML. So if I want to do the center, or if I want to make the content in the center, that is done by the center tag. Or if I want to make the full page or whole document in the center, that will put the content in the center of the page, that is the center tag. So that is a doc type HTML, then head HTML, then head, then title, that is centering the content example, then the title will be closed, then the head will be closed, then the body will be starting. Then there will be a P tag, that is a text, or this text is not in the center because we are giving only the P tag, that means only the paragraph. So that is not we are specifying to the center, no. Then after this there will be a center. That means you are putting the content in the center, that is the center tag. Then again using the P tag. That means before P we are using the center tag. That means aligning the content into the center. Next there will be a P tag, that is that this text is in the center. Then there will be P will be closed. Then the center will be closed. This center that is open, that will be closed, and there will be a body closed, that will be HTML closed. So these are the examples of the center, body, head. So that is the main part, that is known as the centering the content. So this is an example that start with the HTML, then there will be a head, then title, then head will be closed, then body, then P, that shows only the paragraph, not in the center. This text is not in the center. Then the center will be used, then P, that is this text is in the center. Then the center will be closed, the body will be closed, HTML will be closed. That is the centering the content. And this will produce the output like this one. This is a normal paragraph that is by default come to the left. This is the center paragraph because we are using the center tag within the we can say before this P, that is a paragraph tag. So this is one of the example of the center tag. Now I will use this code, that is a put the control C over here, go to the notepad, put over here this code. Now save the file. With the center .html, put it on the desktop. Now if I go to the desktop, there will be a center that is available like this one. Like center that is available. If I double click on it, this is open in the browser, that is the Google Chrome, and there will be a title that is available in the this one, that is we are giving the title, that is a centering content example. This is the example center, this is a title. Then this text is, or this is available at the left, that is with the use of the P tag only, that is the left alignment, or we can say the by default alignment is the left alignment. The next line, this text is in the center, that is the center alignment, that is the by default it is available at the center, that is this text is in the center. So one is not in the center, that is not available because we are using only the P tag. Now next is, this is the center. Now if I want to do the modifications or any hit and try that is used, there will be a title, centering content example, then title will be closed, then body, then P will be closed. Now if I am giving one more P tag within this one or after this one, this text is also not in the center. For example, if I want to write this one, and again one more, right, if I press Ctrl S, if I go there, if I use F5, then these are the three content that is not available in the center because we are not giving the center over here. That is, this text is not in the center, this text is also not in the center, this is a third tag that is not in the center. Whatever the paragraph, whatever the content that we are giving, they are creating the different paragraphs. That is one paragraph for this one, that is by default left, one paragraph for this one, next paragraph is the next third line. That means it is creating the three paragraphs. That is one is not in the center, one is also not in the center, one is the third tag that is not in the center. This is available in the three parts. Now suppose I remove this first closing P. Now let's see what happened. Closing P as well as the opening P. Now let's see what happened. The first two paragraphs are merged together because we are not using the closing P, we are not using the opening P. That is, two tags or the two texts will be clubbed together, will be merged together, that becomes the one paragraph, that is there are two one paragraph that is used, that is this text is not in the center and this text is also not in the center. This is the paragraph that is used. Then there will be again the P, that is the third paragraph or the third text that is not in the center. Then again the P will be closed. Then the center will be used. Now uses the center tag. Now in this there will be a P tag that is used. Now suppose I remove the P tag. Again remove the P tag. This is one of the example. Now if I press the Control S, there is no impact. So there is no impact for using the P tag because we are already giving the center key or the center tag that is already used. So there is no hard and fast rule to use the P tag again and again, again and again. No, there is no compulsion to use the P tag. But by default, the whatever the content that we are giving the browser window of the HTML file, that is by default taken as a paragraph. Right. So it's not meant to give the paragraph to give the this one, this one, this one. So this example is clear, that is centering the text. Now the next tag is the horizontal line, that is how to give the horizontal line. That is the next example. Now the next tag is the horizontal line. That means if I want to give a line after the paragraph, then again the new paragraph will be used. That is giving a horizontal line, giving a row wise line that is available within the HTML. That is done by the HR tag, that is a horizontal line. So horizontal lines are used to visually break up of the sections of a document, whatever the document that is used. The HR text creates a line from the current position in the document to the right margin and breaks the line accordingly. So whatever the line that is used, that will break the line that is used for breaking the line accordingly, that is used for the current position in the document to the right margin. That means wherever we are using the HR tag that is used for displaying the current position, that is used for displaying the current line or horizontal line in the document to the right margin and breaks the line accordingly. And for example, you may want to give a line between two paragraphs as in the given example below. So whatever the example that is used the HR tag. This is the one of the example. Then there will be a doc type HTML, then HTML head title, then what is the title, that is horizontal line example. Then there will be a head, that is the closing of the head. Then the body will be used, and the P tag will be used, that is the closing or opening of the P. That is this is the paragraph 1 and should be on the top. That is this is the paragraph that is used and should be available on the top, that is done by the P tag. Then there will be a HR tag, that is the HR tag will be used, that is the horizontal line tag will be used. That means after this paragraph, after this P tag, there will be a horizontal line that is available within the output, that is used within the output, that is a available line, that is a horizontal line. Then again the P will be used, that is this is paragraph 2 and should be at the bottom. So one should be available at the top, one should be available at the bottom. That is again used by the different P tag. Then the body will be closed and the HTML will be closed. So this is the doc type. Then HTML, that is the starting of the HTML. Then head, that is used for giving the title. Then the title will be used for giving the title, whatever the title that is available in the title bar. Then the head will be closed, and then the body will be opened. Then the P tag will be opened, that is a paragraph that is available at the top. Then there will be a break line, that is a one line break that is used, that is done by the HR tag. Then again there will be a P tag that is also available at the bottom. Then the body will be closed and the HTML will be closed. So these are the two lines, two or three lines, or these are the horizontal line that is available within the paragraph. And this will produce the following result, that is this is the paragraph 1 and should be on the top, that is a paragraph that should be available on the top. Next this is the paragraph 2 and should be at the bottom, that is the paragraph 2 that will be available at the bottom. And again the HR tag is an example of the empty element, that is the empty element means there is no requirement where you do not need to open and close a tag, as there is nothing to do in between them, that is there is no requirement to do in between them. So this is the empty tag. So empty tag are one, that there will be no requirement of closing the tag, that is the empty tag are the BR tag, HR tag. So these are the various examples of the empty tag. So the empty statement where you do not need opening and the closing tags, and there is nothing to go in between them. So there is nothing to go in between them, that is a empty tag. And the HR element has a space between the characters HR and the forward slash. So there will be a forward slash that is also used with the HR tag, that is a horizontal line tag. And if you omit this space, the older browsers will have trouble rendering the horizontal line. So whatever the horizontal line that will be used, for rendering the horizontal line. And while if you miss the forward slash character, just HR, it is not valid in the XHTML. But if we are giving the only the HR tag in the HTML, that will work. But if we are giving the HR tag in the XHTML, that is extensible HTML, that will not work. This is the main difference between the HTML and the XHTML or the XHTML, because some tags are available, some tags are works in the HTML well, but some tags are not working in the HTML well, or the XHTML well. So this is one of the example that is used with the HTML and the extensible HTML, that is the XHTML. Now let's see this example. Let's execute this example. Now press the Control C, go to the notepad, press Control V. Now save the file with the HR dot HTML. Put it on the desktop, then save. Now if I put in the desktop, it will be available at this one, that is the HR.html. So this is paragraph 1 and should be on the top, and this is the line, that is the horizontal line that is given in between the paragraphs, and then there will be, this is the paragraph 2, and that should be available at the bottom. Should be available at the bottom, that should be used as the bottom. So this is the paragraph 2 and should be at the bottom. That is the next one. And this is the title, that is in title bar, that is used, that is a horizontal line example that is used, and then there will be a body, then P will be used, that is on the top, then HR tag, then again the next P will be used, and the body will be closed, and the HTML will be closed. So this is one of the example of the HR tag, that is how to get the, or how to insert a horizontal line between two paragraphs. So one is one P tag, then there will be a horizontal line, then another P tag, there will be then there will be closing of the body and the HTML. Now suppose if I remove this one, as I told you that it will works in the HTML, not in the XHTML. If I press Control S, now let's see, this will work. There is no impact. If I press the refresh button, this is the refresh button. If I press the reload button, refresh button, that does not make impact. So because this is the HTML, but this makes an impact in the XHTML. So remember, if I use the backward slash after the HR, there is no mandation. So simply use the HR tag. Don't be confused with the XHTML and the HTML, because there is no in your syllabus there will be HTML, not in the XHTML, right? Simply use the HR tag, and this is the empty tag. There is no requirement of closing the tag. Now if I use closing of the tag, that makes an impact. Let's see. Press Ctrl S, go to this one, reload this one. No, there is no impact. So there is no mandatory to close this HR tag. If you close it, it works. If you do not close it, it also works. That is a HR tag. So this is the document type HTML, then HTML, then there will be a head, then there will be a head, then there will be a title, that is a horizontal line example, then the head will be closed, then the body will be starting, then there will be a paragraph tag, that is a paragraph 1 and should be available on the top, and next there will be HR tag that is used, that is a paragraph 2 that is used with the HTML2. So this is a one P tag that is used, and then there will be a horizontal line that is done by the HR tag, then there will be again the P tag, that is the paragraph 2 and should be at the bottom. Then again the P will be closed, then the body will be closed, and the HTML will be closed. So this is one of the example of the HR tag, that is horizontal line tag, that is used within the HTML. So this is doc type, HTML head, title, head will be closed, body will be open, then P tag, then the HR tag, P tag, then the body tag, and the HTML tag. That is used within the HR tag, that is used with the HR.html. So this is one of the example of the HR tag. Now, if I want some changes in this one, for example, if I use the changes, that is remove this P tag over here. Now, if I press Ctrl S, go to the F5, that should make an impact. Yes, because this is the paragraph that takes some space above the line, below the line, and this is the simple the paragraph that is no space above the line or below the line. That is one of the example of the this is one of the example. Now if I change this one horizontal line example, suppose I write HR example, right? If I press Ctrl S, go to this one, press F5, this is the HR example that is available in the title bar, that is the title bar, or the title will be changed. Now if I remove this one, again press Ctrl S, go to this one, press F5. There is no impact because this is just only for you. Because if I use this curly brace or this angle bracket, that sorry, this thing, that is the angle bracket and the exclamation mark, that means this is a comment, and comments are not executed by the HTML. Remember, comments are not always or executed by the, or we can say the executed by the HTML. So this is only for your reference, that is the document type is the HTML, that is only for your understanding. So this is the user friendly program that shows only that the HTML program, or this is the HTML program, that is the document type is the HTML, not more than that. That is the document type, that is the HTML, right? Then there will be a head, then there will be a title, then title, HR example, then the title will be closed, head will be closed, then one paragraph, horizontal line, another paragraph, then the body will be closed, and the HTML will be closed. So this is one of the example that is used within the HTML, that is used with the HR tag, that is used within the horizontal line tag. And this is one of the example that is used, and this is also I have cleared that there is no we can say the mandation to use the backslash after the HR tag. There is no mandation of this one. Today there is no student available in this class, and this is one of the important chapter. What can I do? The next tag that is used is the preserve formatting. That is the next tag. So sometime you want your text to follow the exact format, that is whatever, or whatever the type or whatever the style that you type it. So you want that exact format that is available within the HTML, that is done by the pre-formatted text. So sometimes that you need, or you want your text to follow the exact format or of how it is written in the HTML document. In those cases, you use the pre-formatted tag, that is the PRE tag, that is used within the HTML. So this is a PRE tag, that is any text that is used between the opening PRE tag and the closing PRE tag, that will preserve the formatting of the source document, that is used within the source document, that is available within the source document, that is used within the source document. And this is one of the example that is used, that is a doc type HTML, that is used between the pre-tag and the closing pre-tag. That is a doc type HTML, that is the document type is the HTML. Then HTML head title, then the title will be closed, then the head will be closed, then there will be a body that is used, then the pre-tag, that means as it is used, that is the pre-formatted tag that is used. That means whatever the content that we give in the pre-tag, that will print as it is. That is a function test alert str text alert str text. That means as it is, it will print the function, as it is, it will print the text function, as it is, it will print the str text, and as it is, it will print the curly braces. So whatever the content that is used, whatever the criteria that is used, that we are using, that is used within the HTML, that is used within the text function str or str text, that is used within the HTML. That means it will print as it is, that is whatever you want, that is print as it is in the exact format. Suppose I want to give a tab, I want to give a space within the HTML, within the content, within the, we can say, the different target that is used, that is done by the pre-tag. So in simple terms, pre-tag is the tag that is used within the HTML to know that is what is the pre-tag that is used within the HTML. This is a title, that is a preserve formatting example. This is the head will be closed, body will be closed, pre will be closed, open, and this is the function that is used, and the pre will be closed, body will be closed, HTML will be closed. This is one of the example of the pre tag that is used within the HTML. Now this will produce the following output. This is the function test function str, then there will be a curly braces alert str tag. That means as it is, it will print. There is no change. If it is available in the first line, it is available in the first line. If it is available in the second line, it is available in the second line. And if it is available in the third line, that is the closing curly braces, it is available in the third line closing curly braces. That means exactly everything is same. That is a function test function str text alert str text. Now try using some other tags without keeping inside pre and the closing pre tag, that is keeping space or keeping a space between the different terms that is used. That means use another function. Suppose I want to first of all use this one, that is this one. This is the example of the pre tag. Now if I go to the notepad, I want to open new. This is saved. Now if I press Ctrl V, that will be, we can say, paste, then the pre tag will be used, that is a pre.html. Then go to the desktop, save it. It will save with the pre.html. Now go to the browser. If I click on this one, it will open in the new window. Then this function will be used as it is, like what we give in this, that is in the first line, next line. Now suppose if I want to give this one, that is there is a proper formatting, that is alert over here. There will be a gap of one line. So if I press Ctrl S, now go this one, reload this page. Now this will print as it is. There will be a gap of one line, then function, then the curly braces in the next line. This is in the next line. Then there will be alert. Then the curly braces will be closing curly braces in the next line. That means it will print as it is. That is a function test function str text. That is, it is print as it is. And if I want to remove this gap, I want to remove it. There is no gap. There is no gap over here. Now if I press Ctrl S, if I refresh, so there will be no gap between this. That means as it is, it will print. So in simple terms, whatever the content we give in the pre tag, that will print as it is, including the spaces, including the symbol, everything is same. Now suppose I am giving this in the next line, that is a function test function, that will print as it is. Okay, so this is the use of the pre tag, that is a pre-formatting text. Now this is a print as it is. Now the non-breaking spaces. Suppose I want to give the space between the words, between the character, and any space, a single character space, double character space. Suppose I want to give a space between the characters, between the words. There is also a provision that provides, that is how to give the non-breaking spaces that is available within the HTML. Now suppose you want to use the phrase that is 12 angry men. Have you would not want a browser to split the 12 angry men across the two lines? As an example of this techniques appears in the movie that is 12 angry men. In cases where you do not want the client browser to break the text, you should use a non-breaking space entity ampersand NBSP instead of a normal space. So you should use the ampersand NBSP for giving a space semicolon. That means if you want to give a space within the HTML, you will use the ampersand NBSP, then there will be a semicolon instead of a normal space. So there is no normal space that is countable, because whenever you give the normal space, that will count, or that will be used as a paragraph, and that will be calculated in the paragraph. And suppose if you give the ampersand NBSP, that will calculate, that will use. So you can use the, or you can give the space with the use of the ampersand NBSP semicolon instead of a normal space. For example, when the coding the 12 angry men in a paragraph, you should use something similar to the following code. So this is the doc type, that is the first part, that is the document type HTML. Then there will be HTML, that is the first part, that is we can say the first syntax that is used. Then there will be a head, then there will be a title, that is a non-breaking space example, that is the first part, or that is giving in the title, that is a non-breaking spaces example. Then the head will be closed. So first of all the HTML will be started, then the head will be started, then the title will be given, and then the head will be closed, then the body will be started, that is the body tag will be starting, that is the body tag. Then there will be a p tag, and in the paragraph this is given, that is an example of this technique appear in the movie, that is a 12. Then there will be a space, that is the ampersand NBSP, then angry, then again there will be a space, then there will be a men, and then the P will be closed, inverted comma will be closed, that is the double quotes will be closed, and the P will be also be closed. That means there will be a gap between the 12 and the angry, and there will be a gap between the angry and the men. There will be a one gap, one space between the between three words, or between these three phrases, that is the 12 angry and the men. And the body will be closed, HTML will be closed, and this is the out. There is no output over here. So the output is there will be a gap between the 12 and the angry and the men. Now let's see what is the output. I use Control C, go to the notepad, go to the new, then there will be a close, paste. Now save the file as a nbsp.htm. Now I'm giving htm, not html. Now let's see it works or not. It works perfectly. Save on the desktop. This is nbsp.htm. This is the example, this is the title, that is a non-space or non-breaking space example. So this is an example of this techniques appear in the 12 angry and the men. So there will be a small gap between the 12 and the angry and the men. Now let's change something. There will be a more gap that will available over here. 4 gaps over here. If I press Ctrl S, go to this one, press F5, so there will be a 4 gaps. Look over here, there will be a 4 gaps between the 12 and the angry. Now again, if there is, I want a more gaps. Now if I want a more gap between the angry and the men. Now if I press Ctrl S, go to this one, press F5, so there will be a more gaps, and there is some V that is also available. Yeah, this is V, this is again V. Now this is the gap, that is the 12 and the angry. There should be a gap that is done by the ampersand NBSP. Then again the angry and the men, there will be a gap that is also available within the with the use of the NBSP. This is one of the example that is used within this one. That is the non-breaking spaces. Right. Now chapter number 3, that is the HTML content element. That is the next part. That is after using the tags, what is the concept of the HTML, or what is the use of the HTML element? That I'm not going to start in the today's class. Let's take a revision of the first two chapters, because this is one of the important concept of the HTML. So let's start the revision of first two chapters. That is what we have covered in the first two chapters of this HTML tutorial, so that your concepts are clear, your base are clear. So let's start with the first chapter again. Just revision of the first two chapters. Now first of all we have studied about the HTML, that is the HTML overview. That is what is HTML? That is the hypertext markup language. This is the language that uses some rules and regulation to follow the instruction, to follow the guidelines, that is used for the navigation, that is used for the website designing, that is used for creating the web pages, that is known as the HTML. That is a hypertext markup language, and it is a most commonly used language that is used to write the web pages. So this is one of the important language, or we can say one of the most widely used language that is used by everyone in the development, in the design, that is the HTML, and this is the base of the language. And there are two features that is available within the HTML. The first is the hypertext, that refers to the way by which the different texts are to be linked, that is the hypertext. So in which the different web pages are linked together, HTML documents are linked together, that is known as the hypertext. Then second point is the HTML is a markup language. That means you use HTML to simply mark up a text document with the tags. That is, you can use a markup, a text document with a tag that tells a web browser how to structure it to display. That is how to use the rules regulation, what is the structure that is used with the markup. So HTML is a markup language that is used to use the HTML to simply use the markup that tells the browser how to structure it to display. That is, what is the structure that is used within the HTML, that is used with the markup, that is used with the word markup. That means the structure, that means the rules regulation that is followed for the HTML. So first of all, that is a hypertext markup language, that is a language that is used for the navigation, that is used for the website designment, and this is a language that is used to link together various documents, and that is used to link together different web pages, that is used for the HTML document, that is known as the HTML. Now this is the basic HTML document that is available within the department, that is available within the department, that is the basic HTML document. And in the simplest form, this is an example of the HTML document, that is a doc type HTML. There will be head, HTML head, title, then the title will be closed, head, body, and the H1 will be used, and the P will be used, body will be used, and the HTML will be used. This is the basic HTML document that is used within the, or this is the basic, we can do the HTML document, that is the best example or the simplest example of the HTML document. Now let's save with the file. This is the example that we have studied, and this is one of the example that shows the output also of the heading. Then the HTML tags, these are the we can say the basic tags that is used within this program. That is the doc type, HTML head, title, head will be closed, body tag, then the H1 tags. These are the basic tags or the structure tag that is used within the HTML. So one is the doc type that defines the type of the document. Then next is the HTML, that is starting with the HTML that encloses the complete HTML document, complete coding. Then head, that is used with the header tag, that is used within the link tag, that is used with the that is used for the enclosing the title and the link tag. Then the title, that is used within the head tag to mention the document title. The next is a body tag that is used with the body that is used with the document body, which keeps other HTML tags also, that is the h1 div p tag. Then the h1 tag that represents the heading, that is the first level of heading that is represented by the h1. The next is the p tag, that is a paragraph tag that is used for writing the paragraph, and by default the paragraph is on the left alignment. Then W3 recommends the use of the lowercase tags starting from the HTML4 version. Then chapter number 2 is HTML basics tags that is used with the element, that is chapter number 3. That's why I'm repeating this chapter number 2, because this is the chapter that is related to the chapter number 3, that is in simple terms we can say that the chapter number 3 is based on the chapter number 2. So any document start with the heading, and you can use the different sizes, different headings for your headings, or for your different sizes for your heading. Let's start with the H1. There are 6 levels of heading that is used, that is the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. And while displaying heading, browsers add one line before and one line after the heading, that is done by the heading tag. So this is the doc type, that is the HTML head title. Head will be closed, body will be starting, then there will be head H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and the H6. So there are 6 levels of heading that is used with the head tag, or that is used within the heading tag. And this will produce the output, that is the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and the H6. So there are 6 levels of headings. Now next is the paragraph tag. That is the next tag that is used, that is a paragraph that is used within the HTML. So if I want to give a paragraph within the HTML, that if I want to display the paragraph within the HTML body, that is done by the p tag, that is done by the paragraph tag. Simply use the p tag, then give the content, then the content will be available within the paragraph form within the HTML or within the browser. Then next is the line break tag that is used by the br tag, that is a line break tag that start from the next line, that start with the next line, that means line break, that is in breaking the line, that means move automatically to the next line, that is a line break tag. And this tag is an example of the empty tag, because there is no need to close the tag that is known as the br tag. And this is also not required, that is a slash and this one, no, there is no requirement of this one, because br means simply use the break tag, and this is mandatory in the XHTML, that is the extensible markup, extensible HTML, not in the simple HTML. And this is one of the example of the BR tag, and this will produce the output that is used, and this will produce the following result, that is the output of this one. Then next is the centering the text, that is how to give the center, or how to make the content in the center, that is centering the text. So how to make the content in the center? Simply use the center tag, that is the center. Then in between the center there will be a paragraph, there will be a content, anything that will make the, that will use to make the in the center, that is centering the content. Then the p will be used, then center, then the center will be closed, and the p will be closed within the center. Then the body will be closed and the HTML will be closed. That is the centering the content. And this is the example that this text is not in the center, this text is in the center. This is one of the example that is used within the HTML. That is, horizontal lines are used to visually break up the sections of a document that is used, and the HR tags create a line from the current position in the document to the right version to the right that breaks the line accordingly, that is done by the HR tag. So this is the HR tag, that means that gives a horizontal line, that is the HR tag. Then there will be a pre-tag that is used within the HTML. That means whatever the formatting that we can apply, we can use the pre-tag to give the exact formatting, that is the pre-tag. Then this is the pre-tag example. Then the non-breaking spaces, that is how to use or how to give the non-breaking spaces, that is given by the ampersand NBSP. Now next is chapter number 3, that is the HTML element, that I am going to start in the next class. The main reason is that there is only one student available, that is coming before 15 minutes only. There is no student available, and these concepts are related with each other. And after this third chapter, there are so many chapters that we can say depend on the chapter number 2 and the 3. So I'm not wasting my time. So please attend the classes. Please try to attend the classes for the HTML. This is the base language. Anyways, whatever. So let's stop over here only. In the tomorrow's class, I'm starting